Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back, everyone, to the Sober Witch Life podcast. It's Sunshine here, your host, and I'm excited. We're going to continue today, as we have the last couple of weeks, talking about the 13 steps, the witch's 13 steps to recovery. And so, if you're catching this, maybe for the first time, I would encourage you to go back and listen to some more of the episodes because we today are on, oh goodness, where did I put it? I'm pretty positive it's step 7. Yeah, there we go. I was like, what is my note? Step 7. And today we're talking about using magic on a daily basis. And before I get further into the step, though, I want to have a little bit of story time as we normally do. When I was younger, I devoured all the books. I mean, I started on my path of witchcraft. I think I was 16, maybe 15, 16 years old, sometime around then. And I can in my head it feels like a little bit of a late start when I see like so many of these kids like nowadays being able to step into it and engage in it. But I'm reminded that we didn't have the internet back when I was growing up, right? So I have a whole ton of really old books, witchcraft books, somewhere around still, like the Buckland's Book of Witchcraft. You know, I had books on herbs and crystals and candle magic and gems and all of these various different forms of magic. Um, Pretty much things that were all printed prior to the internet coming around. And I'd even started around the age of 16 to collect different magical supplies, incense, herbs, which was really hard to do. Like looking back, I'm thinking about how challenging it was in comparison today. Like today, I can walk into gosh, I mean, I can walk into a record store near my house and buy incense, candles, crystals, right? Like, what? Um, I started buying various different tools. I don't remember how old I was when I bought my first censer with to burn incense in. And God, I don't even I remember trying to use brick charcoal, the charcoal discs to burn incense when I was younger, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it. I don't think I had the patience or the understanding that you had to actually like light it and wait till it warmed. Uh yeah, so I had all of these things, and as mentioned in the last episode, I did magic in a very like triage as needed type of fashion. It wasn't until I stepped into recovery, though, that it finally all clicked for me. None of that really mattered, right? I mean, the books were helpful, the tools were helpful, the supplies were helpful, but none of them was really ultimately what was needed because every single thing that I needed was within myself, right? My intentions, my energies, the words that I was using or speaking, those things were important, right? So if we think about, a magical spell, a magical ritual, we really think about it. And this is the reason why, like literally, you might pick up one book and they're going to talk about this particular incantation or this particular herb or this particular color associated with X, Y, and Z, right? And it's different than another book's or another website's or another person's and what they use and so on and so forth, right? Because at the end of the day, we could take all of that away. We could take all the herbs, all the candles, all the crystals, every single thing away. And the only thing that really you need is yourself. If you removed yourself from the spell or ritual, it would not work, right? It wouldn't work. You're the magic, right? I realized that I was the earth. My physical organic body was the representation of earth. Okay. I was the air, my thoughts, my intellect. That was the air. I was the water, the emotions, the way that I felt, how I was responding in ritual, right? That emotional, connection, attachment, whatever you want to say, the emotions that I could invoke. I was the water. And at last, I was the fire. My heart beat, pumps blood, heat, warmth through my body. The sheer fact that I am alive is the fire. Why am I sharing this all with you? We're talking about this step 7. And the reason why, and the way the step 7 is read, is using the power of magic and daily rituals to bring positive blessings and health into your life. My dear, you are the magic. Nothing else would matter if you removed you from the equation. Any spell or ritual that you were ever going to do would not work if you were not involved, right? So, step 7 is learning how to involve magic in your every single day life, in all of your rituals, right? And I said this last time, and I'm going to say this again. It's in the way that you wake up, right? It's the way that you roll over onto your side to put your feet onto the ground. It's what you may say to yourself as you put your right foot down or your left foot down. It's what it's like as you stretch in the morning and maybe do some yoga and movement and allowing the energy to move and flow within your body. For me, I lay down in the mornings and I have a little kind of stretching routine that I do, and I start my daily prayers in that moment. It's how you brush your teeth, right? And what you may say to yourself as you stare in the mirror, watching your mouth foam. May I speak the truth. May my words always be true to who I am. It's how you shower, imagining the water removing everything that may drag you down, may lower your energy, and feeling and watching it swirl away down the drain. It's how you make your coffee. It's how you pick up a phone call. It's the password that you use to log in to your email. It is the reminders that you have set on your phone to go off to tell you to smile. It's the apps that you visit on a regular basis. It's the dinner that you cook for your family. It's how you show up to work every morning, right? Are you blessing and praying that everybody has a good, bright day? It reminds me of the fair that I work on Sundays, and the owner of the fair will say a prayer before we start. It's those prayers. It's these moments of expressing gratitude. It's at night when you climb into bed and you commit to listing off one thing, 3 things, 5 things, 10 things that you're grateful for. You get to live magic from this point forward in every single day of your life, incorporating in it to everything that you do. And the only thing that makes it magic is you. It's not the herbs, it's not the crystals, it's not the fancy goblets or the cauldrons or the spell jars or the salt. It's you. Step 7 is not just recognizing and starting to prepare like in step 6. Step 7 is doing every single day, incorporating magic into all that you do. This to me has brought me so much joy of seeing it, of witnessing it, of finding the new ways, and realizing that when some way I might have done feels stagnant, it's time to try something new. Because I, as the great and powerful witch that I am, just like you, the great and powerful witch you are, get to choose how to show up in your magic every single day. That being said, my dear friends, I hope that you are incorporating magic into your everyday life? And if so, maybe drop me a note and let me know how. Much love from me, all of you.